So, Joe, obviously you heard what Joe does. He's an electrician, he runs his electrical company, and you'll notice in the name it's building and electrical services, but he's not done much with the building side until now. So, where were you before you started our masterclass? How are you feeling?
In a bit of a mess, a bit of a loss. Probably imposter syndrome, probably the best word to use for the room. Very much being an electrician pretending to be a director, I'd say. I think we all do it, especially the trades. I can't speak for anyone that's not a trade, but I think we all get in and we're all the master of what we do, and before we know it, we're running a business. And you've then got responsibilities, and you've got staff, and you've got overheads and outgoings, and it was, you kind of, especially within construction, the cash flow issues within construction, some payments come in the next day, some you're chasing for 90 days. So I feel that it was all happening, it was all going, but if you actually come and sat in my office, like my wife does, and has panic attacks over things, it looked great on the surface, but behind the scenes it was just a mess. It's probably the best way to put it.
And how do you feel after the year of masterclass? I know we haven't quite finished.
No, we haven't. No, but I still feel, and I know we've spoken about this. Yeah. I've paid for the last 5 years. So I've been in business for 13 years, and literally started as the bloke on the tools. Joined BNI for something now after 6 months, and built a business up through networking and BNI. And for about the last 5 years, I've had business coaches, from action coach through to level up, and all different ones. They all specialise, either it's to do with figures or money or growth of your business and all that. And I've done all these different courses, and I spent a lot of money on it. But I would say in the first 3 months, the first 3 stages that you speak about, I got more out of that than I did do in the last 5 years of coaching, because Craig comes from that world of construction and bits and pieces and understanding, and he's very much built it up from himself moving forward. So he gets that, gets that side of it. Suzanne's a designer, which so what I got from them 3 months,
I can give the client perspective.
Pausing everything and just stopping everything, and kind of going back into director mode and going, you don't need to keep being this headless chicken running around. You don't need to keep being this. And I was sitting there, and I think I've said to both of you, I was like, I didn't really get the first 3 months at the time, because it was like, well, I've joined the property thing. I want to learn about property. I've always wanted to do property. I've done my own houses. I've always done it for myself. What am I getting? And it was only at the 4th month I looked back and went, it all made sense, because the first 3 months was about freeing my time up, freeing my money up, systemising my business. And I've got, my business has carried that on for the next 6 months and 9 months now. And what I got out of that first 3 months in the structure of my business hasn't just helped me to move forward with this. It's actually helped me as a whole. And thank you for that, really, because
That's really sweet.
it's 5 years of paying a lot of business coaches. It never really got me what I wanted, and that did.
Thank you. That's
so
really
the first 3 months, nothing really to do with property, but I got a lot out of it for my own business, so that gave me that. And then going into the next 3 months that we've done, learning all the other bits and pieces regarding the the finance side, and realising there's these other aspects, it's just kind of given me focus. And then we did that building. We're now rebranded, so we've completely changed that logo, not out of the choice of these two, but my own. So we've now changed the logo. We've now called ourselves Invicta Electrical, and we've set up 2 other companies now of Invicta Properties, which is the letting side of the business, and Invicta Renovations. They're literally still setting banks up, they're still fresh companies. So we've kind of looking at everything in a different way now. And from going from a position of struggling to run one business being a mess to taking on 2 more businesses and going, oh, it's easy now, I'm a director. And when people ask what I do now, I don't say electrician anymore. I say I'm a director. So,
Brilliant. And what 3 top tips would you give to everybody in the room?
Regarding the course?
Anything about the course?
I would say be proactive what you're doing. It's your time, it's your money. Get on top of it, be involved and push for it. That's the massive thing, because I think you only get out of stuff what you put into it, and you've got to be accountable for it. Implementing the structure, as I said, I think that's the main thing, and realising there's a process, and I'm a bit of a dynamo, as we probably go on to Wealth Dynamics, I imagine.
Do that,
So it's like, I want it now, and it's sorted now, and it's fixed now, and I think a lot of business owners are like that. So just realising there is a process in place and to trust it. And take notes, write everything down, because the amount of times it's finished and you're sitting there and I'm sitting on the sofa and I talk to the wife afterwards and I go, oh, I've learnt this or I've learnt that or this, and then it's gone. So I've got a book that I fill out just for this course and I'll just write everything in there, and just every now and again I flick back through it. I think they're the 3 tips that I could probably give.
Perfect.
And
thank you.
you've got to buy into it mentally to get something out of it.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Is that it?
Yeah. Thank you.
I've just interrupted you. Laid that down quite a lot, because you've got a lot of personal time back, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I play golf twice a week now. Yeah, so I'm getting moaned at by the office because I'm going out Thursdays and Fridays playing golf, which I've now been limited to once a week.
Yeah.
So I've got that back. My cash flow is more on top than it's ever been. We used to go sort of right down to nothing. I used to put my money in, get it, then take my money back out. We're now sitting with 10, 20 grand sort of in the bank regularly, because we're now doing things not monthly, we're doing everything weekly. Just silly little things that we all know we should be doing, but all of a sudden you're being held accountable for it.
How long ago? How long did you have on your invoicing before you started with us?
We don't talk
I know
about.
you
We
had
don't
about
talk
8 grand
about.
outstanding.
So I had invoices the date in back. Look, it's all about being friends with your clients. But we went back to 2022 with some of our invoicing, and that's all friends of the business. Them clients that you're regular and bits and pieces, or mates rates and bits and pieces that we now don't do. But yeah, we went back to 2022, we've got that done. We've got some stuff hanging around now in December 2023, but it's all got a reason for it. And I've got stuff on that.
I'll be on you next month for that
but
one.
now we literally tidy up the month, so that month's done, gone. And if there's anything that drags on because there's a bit of snagging or a test sheet or a bit of paperwork, or the client needs something or whatever, or there's another stage to the job or whatever, that we have to justify that. And if we can't justify it, it gets invoiced. So we very much work to the JFDI, which I won't elaborate, but that's what we do now. So yeah, just get it done.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
but I've got my time
Thank
back,
you.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it? I'm done.
Fab, thank you.